What's up guys, Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video to my channel, and today I am going to be reviewing WWE Payback 2015 live from Baltimore, Maryland. I will say this about Payback. This is one of the better filler pay-per-views that I've watched. Is it a really good pay-per-view? I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say this was a really good pay-per-view, but definitely a watchable one. The one thing I liked about the show a lot was the flow of the show, the pacing of the show. It was easy to watch. I was able to sit there for the 2.5 hours that this show was on and be able to watch this show in full entirety and not feel bored watching it. That's something I gotta condemn WWE on, because most of the times when I do watch a lot of their pay-per-views, I feel like the flow is out of whack. It feels like this match should have been, earlier on the card. Why is this match later on the card? What the heck are they doing with these superstars being placed here, here, and here? This show had a easy flow to it, a good flow to it. So I really liked the flow to this show for sure. It made it easier for me to watch. They had good backstage segments, not only to hype you up for the matches that were going to happen, but hype you up for the next pay-per-view event, which is Elimination Chamber. But even though Payback did have some good stuff to it, there's a lot of stuff that, leaves me with questions. I will say this about Payback. A lot of the matches on this card were good. I felt a lot of the matches are pretty watchable. This is a pay-per-view I can go back and watch in the near future, but here's the thing with these matches. A lot of these matches, while yes, really good, I just don't give a crap about the feuds that are part of it. I just don't. Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler, for example, a really good example of what you want your opening pay-per-view match to be. A good match to set the tone for the night. This was a good match between Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler for sure. But here's the thing. I don't give a crap about this feud whatsoever. Why are Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler still feuding? Seriously, they should have ended at Extreme Rules. But yet they were still feuding here on to Payback. And pretty much, if you've seen one Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler match, you've seen them all. Was this match really good? Absolutely. But still, it's a Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler match we've seen multiple times. And not only that, it's a pointless feud. We look at the tag team titles match between Cesaro and Kid and the New Day. While yes, a really good match, one that I personally enjoyed, I don't care about these two teams. I don't like the New Day gimmick. I don't really like Cesaro and Kid as a tag team. Yes, it may be exciting that we're going to have a tag team title chamber match, and yes, that will definitely help the tag team title belts. But you know what will also help the tag team title belts? Tag teams that I actually care about. I mean, if you like the New Day and you like Cesaro and Kid, that's good on you. For me personally, they just don't work. I feel the New Day is a bad gimmick that, Xavier Woods, Biggie Langston, and Kofi Kingston are trying their damnedest to make a really enjoyable gimmick. They're really trying hard. I mean, Xavier Woods had me laughing at the backstage segment when they're all happy drinking their milk, and he's like, "What the hell? That ain't fair!" Like, that was probably the funniest thing he did. But the rest of the stuff that they were doing, making fun of Baltimore and stuff, it was just like, okay, we've seen heels done this before. I like the way that they retained their tag team titles too. It felt like it was a good way to keep heel heat on them. I'm just not a fan of their gimmick. And as for Cesaro and Kid, I like Cesaro. I like Kid. I have stated that those two are probably one of my favorite internet darlings. But really, to be honest, I like them more as single guys. Their tag team hasn't really clicked with me. So yes, this does help the tag team titles that they're going to be defended in Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks. But really, to be honest, what would help it more if I could get tag teams that I could actually be invested in. We look at Bray Wyatt and Ryback. Surprisingly, that was a good match. I was actually surprised that Bray Wyatt and Ryback had a good match with each other, because Bray Wyatt and Ryback, if you've seen most of their matches, they're mostly setup dudes. A lot of their offense comes from their opponents setting them up for those moves. And Ryback and Bray Wyatt went out there and tried their hardest and put on a pretty surprisingly good match. It was just another bullshit ending, as it comes with a Bray Wyatt character, because here's Bray Wyatt, who speaks a lot. Here's Bray Wyatt, who you're trying to build as your new scary monster character. Yet the WWE tries to make this guy into the most chicken shit heel ever. Seriously, he exposed the turnbuckle and freaking Ryback hit it with his ribs and Sister Abigail. It's like, come on. If this guy's supposed to be a monster, let him win like a monster should be winning. Not by this chicken shit heel crap. Seriously, and who cares about Bray Wyatt and Ryback? I mean, seriously. Watching the episodes of Raw and SmackDown, and yes, even though I don't really review Raw anymore on my channel, I still watch Raw. Watching the episodes, I did not give two shits about this feud. The video package that the WWE made me care a little bit more about the feud than I should have. They did a good job with that video package, but for the most part, why do you have such a chicken shit heel ending? Why is this feud even continuing? I'm just sorry, man. Like, Ryback and Bray Wyatt, it doesn't make sense for these two guys to be feuding with each other right now. And then we get the I Quit match. Oh, this match was stupid. I thought it was the most stupidest thing I've ever watched in my life. It was another typical John Cena hardcore match. Oh my god. I mean, you kick off the match where Cena and Rusev are like, hey, let's just have a regular wrestling match. Yeah, because, you know, when you guys fought at WrestleMania and Fastlane, those were great matches that I wanted to watch over and over again. Oh my god. It was just bad. And they knew it was bad, so they started to get all the pomp and circumstances added to this match. A bunch of random, like, laptop hits, a bunch of random, like, what the hell is this hit? The spear through the barricade that we've seen multiple times, random steel step stuff, a table that wouldn't break. And then the worst of all, like, this is what really annoys me about this match. The worst of all is that the way Rusev lost. Okay, let's keep in mind here, people. This makes no fucking sense. I don't care. Anyone that's trying to defend this shit, this makes no fucking sense. We had it earlier on in the match. John Cena AA's Rusev through pyrotechnics. Like, the pyrotechnics go off. And yet Rusev is okay after that shit. But yet, a rope over his nose. Makes him say, I quit. Are you kidding me? That is such BS. That is so flippin' stupid. Oh my god. We have Lana going out there saying, he quits, he quits. It's like, oh, who gives a fuck? LOL, Cena wins, and now Rusev is becoming Mark Marrow. That's so sad. Think about this, people. Last year, around this time, Rusev was being built up as, like, the #1 monster heel. Now he's being regulated to being the next Mark Marrow. Oh, God. It's just sad what has happened to the Rusev character. It really, really is sad. The Divas Tag Team match, it was there. I'm just going to be honest there. It was there. Naomi and Tamina won. Whoop-de-doo. Neville versus Barrett. Not their best encounter, but it was nice and short. And I like the way it was booked because, you know, one, you don't make Barrett look really weak. You give Neville an okay pay-per-view win. Both guys get their little shots in, and bam. That's what I liked about it. It was just short and simple booking. More of this WWE is needed. But at the same time, I wondered to myself, is this really needed for, you know, the pay-per-view? You know, this is like booking you use on WWE Monday Night Raw, not a WWE Payback show that I'm paying $9.99 for. Just being honest here. I like the booking. Like, don't get me wrong. I thought the booking was the right booking here. But for more like a weekly show. Not for my hard-earned money that I'm paying to you guys. And then we get to the main event, which I felt was probably the most enjoyable part of Payback, in my personal opinion. I thought it was one of the most fun matches. You know, minus the whole Kane and J&J crap. I felt this match had a lot of highlights to it. I really did. The Shield stuff was really funny. I loved it when, you know, like, they beat down on Randy Orton, they hit the triple power bomb, and then, like, Seth Rollins goes and he goes to Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns like, yeah, we did me back, baby. He puts out the fist, and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are looking at each other like, the fuck? And they just beat down Seth Rollins. I love that. Love that angle. And then I love when Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are looking at each other. The crowd's popping like crazy because they're like, yeah, man, these two going at it. That's fucking sick. And then Roman Reigns says to Dean Ambrose, hey, the loser buys beers. Yeah. That's bromance right there. That's bros right there. That was great booking. They made it where Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose were like friends during this. There was no stupid heel turn by any of these two. No, these were just two best friends going at it for a belt and having a damn good time. You can book this. You can actually have a feud like this, WWE. It can actually fucking work. I loved it. Loved the chemistry Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose had. What surprised me the most, though, from this match, though, was just how much of a ghost Randall Keith Orton was. Now I knew that they were probably trying to just, not really have Randy wrestle that much in this match just because they wanted to focus more on the three Shield dudes. But he really didn't do all that much until the end. And then what surprised me even more was that he was the fall guy. Yeah, Randy Orton got pinned by Seth Rollins. Not Dean Ambrose. Everyone thought once Dean Ambrose entered that match that he would be the guy that's going to get pinned. No, Dean Ambrose was kept safe. Cockfist was kept safe. Randy Orton got hit by Seth Rollins' ugly pedigree and lost. And that surprised me. Seth keeps the title. Right decision here. I mean, you want to keep him as champion until Brock Lesnar returns. I mean, that's where the money is. It's Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam because everyone wants to see Seth Rollins get his ass kicked finally by the guy named Brock Lesnar. Just the thing that bugged me the most is just all this authority running crap. I get it. Seth Rollins is a heel champion. I like it that WWE tries to do it where he wins matches, fairly clean. Like he's the one that gets the final laugh at the end of the day. But still, it's just sometimes the authority running stuff, it can get too much into title matches. And, everyone's going to be like, well, don't worry, Chase. Inside the chamber, that won't happen. Oh, bullshit. Remember what happened Chamber 2 years ago? When we had Randy Orton as the authority champion, we had Bray Wyatt break into the chamber. We had Kane breaking into the chamber. I mean, who says that J&J and Kane can't get into the chamber this year? Just being real here. So really, to be honest, when it comes down to it, I'm really liking what they're doing with Seth Rollins as the heel champion. He's being booked correctly as that cowardly chicken shit heel. But sometimes you have to keep Seth Rollins to be a little bit more serious so we can actually kind of take him seriously further down the line, if you get what I'm saying. But other than that, I found the Fatal 4-Way to be a very enjoyable match, very fun spots and very funny moments into the match. But overall, Payback 2015. It was surprisingly a good show to me. I'm seeing some people say it was a really great show. Some people may think this is a really bad show, but to me, I think it holds up. Like I said, the flow of the show is really nice. Like, this show is easily watchable. You can sit back and watch the show and not really feel bored during it. If you're a fan of the in-ring action, a lot of the matches are really good. The thing that would have helped this show is a little bit more is if, like I said, the feuds were actually entertaining. Like, if I actually cared about the feuds that were going on. I lost interest in Cena and Rusev at WrestleMania. Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler I've seen so many damn times, I don't even care. I don't care about the tag teams that are going for the tag team titles. I don't care about Ryback versus Rusev. Neville versus Barrett doesn't really have any much of a feud. The only match really heading into this pay-per-view I really cared about was the Fatal 4-Way. Because WWE actually booked that match to be somewhat interesting, even though you knew what was going to happen. So really, to be honest here, if, a lot of the feuds were actually interesting and actually had my attention, I would actually consider this a really great show. That's just me. But as it stands, because I don't really care about a bunch of these feuds, it was just a good show and one that is definitely watchable if you haven't seen it already. Anyways, guys, what did you guys think about WWE Payback 2015? Was I too soft on this pay-per-view? Were you guys expecting me to bash this? Comment down below your thoughts down below on Payback 2015. Give this video a big old thumbs up if you haven't already. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoy your evening. Peace.